All right. There you go. All right, so thanks for joining. So for those of you who don't know me, hey Rosella, welcome to the podcast. Periscope, I should say, not a podcast. Thanks for the hearts. For those of you who don't know me, who just joined us, I've got a few minutes. I want to jump on Periscope and kind of share my thoughts on the new way to sell in 2015, right? You don't sell like you did in the 80s, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. So thanks for joining us. If you like what I'm saying, please tap on the number, share it with your friends. So let me give you a real quick background if you're new to my Periscopes. My name is DJ Valori. I'm a successful entrepreneur. I don't have any books to sell. I don't have any webinars to sell. I'm not selling everything here. Thanks for joining, Mark. So I'm not selling anything. What I'm trying to do is help people and help other entrepreneurs who want to start a company or small startups that need some advice. David Lawrence, thanks for joining me as well. So the point here is I'm a successful entrepreneur, right? I'm not just saying that. I haven't written any books or anything like that. Fly Ladybug, thanks for joining. But what I have done is I've taken an idea 10 years ago and I created a multi-million-dollar, hi Violet, my company is called Lodging Interactive, so we're a digital marketing agency based in the U.S. in New Jersey. I took an idea 10 years ago, about 11 years ago now, and which was just on a piece of paper, blank piece of paper, and I created a multi-million-dollar business that operates all over the world now. So we're a multinational company. So I think that gives me the ability and the credibility for you. Hey, Fly Ladybug, I'm in Jersey. Great, Jersey's in the house tonight. It gives me the credibility to share what I want to share with you, right? So I want to share some tips and what I've learned over the years. So today's episode is really talking about the new way to sell, right? In the 80s, when I would go out and make sales calls, it would be like brute force is what I'd say all the time. I'd go into an office building, look at the reader board, see who is actually in that company, in that building, and I would go up and make sales calls, right? Take the elevator up, make some sales calls, and do cold calling, right? You can't do that anymore. Post 9/11, you just can't do that, right? And with technology these days, thanks for all the hearts, I appreciate that. With the technology these days, you don't have to do that, right? You have to be smart about how you sell. And the way you sell in 2015 is about building relationships, right? It's through relationships. Last time I looked, companies didn't buy anything. Wow, some people are saying, what's he talking about? Well, companies don't buy things. People that work in companies buy things, right? Alexis, thanks for joining me. So, thanks, Mark. People at companies buy things, right? So you've got to build those relationships with those people at the companies you're trying to target, right? So how do you do that? Well, it takes patience, and you have to build relationships with these people. Here's what I do when I want to go after someone and when I want to potentially build a relationship with a new prospect or a potential client. What I'll do, the first thing, obviously, is you want to Google that person, right? Look at their background. See what kind of businesses they're in, where they've worked before. LinkedIn is so great at that. You can see a whole person's profile, where they've worked before, and you can actually see if you have anything in common. And so that when you approach that person, you already know and have a good profile, if you will, of that person, of that prospect, and of that company, some of their achievements, etc. And you use that as a foundation to go after them and to basically build that long-term relationship, because that's what's going to get you. It's not, look, I'm not going to give you any money. Sorry, you've got to earn it, just like I did, right? I busted my ass to make a business and make something of myself, and now I'm happy to say we employ a bunch of people, and we're very successful, very profitable. And that's why I'm here today, to basically talk about some of the things that I've been successful with to hopefully help you as an entrepreneur to get out of that cubicle and start dreaming big and earning and making an income for yourself and your family. So going back to my point is, I'm not selling any books here. Again, if you're new to the Periscope, want to just kind of reset. I'm not selling anything here. I'm not selling any books, any webinars, any series like that. There are a lot of so-called experts out there on Periscope that will tell you great things about business, but they have no experience, right? They've never built a company or they've never run a company. They wrote 5 or 6 books. Big deal. Anybody can write a book, right? You want someone that's going to give you knowledge, from experience and having done it before. And that's what I'm hoping to bring to you. So a few times a week when I have the chance, because I am running this company, I will jump on Periscope and give you my thoughts on selling in 2015 is what we're talking about today. Make sure that you follow me on Periscope, please. Go ahead and tap follow me, because what that's going to do is it's going to alert you when I go ahead and do another Periscope later on this week. You'll get a notification so that you don't have to be sitting at your computer. You get the notification, or you can also watch it after within 24 hours. It'll still be up as well. All right? So, yeah, I busted my butt. I work hard and enjoy the success. That's right, Rosella. It all comes to that. You know, in America, you can be successful. You just got to push through, make some sacrifices, and continue the process. And over time, you will make it, right? Just be persistent. So going back to today's topic, right? Thanks for all the hearts. I appreciate that. Once you've built that profile of that, using all social media tools out there, Facebook, Twitter is definitely something I would definitely look at, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google. What you want to do is develop an email list as well. Now, here's a tool for you, and I want you to share this with all your friends, okay? Here's a tool that I use to find anybody's email out there. Are you ready for this? Let me make sure I get it right. It's findanyemail.net. Findanyemail.net. I do not own any stock or anything to do with that company. I use it from time to time to research people and their emails so I can get directly to them. Because as you know, unless you pay for a LinkedIn Premium membership, which I happen to do, you cannot access those people via email, right? With LinkedIn Premium services, you can actually contact them through the LinkedIn service. So that works sometimes too. But here's a strategy, right? So you're following them on Twitter, right? These are the people that you want to build relationships with, so that when there is a sale opportunity, you're right there, you're in their face, top of mind, they will know who you are. Here's what you do. You've done all your research on social media. Then what you do is you start sending them emails every 2 weeks. Don't bombard them with emails every day or every week. Every 2 weeks, send them a nice email, not selling anything, right? You're not introducing anything. Here's an email, here's an article. Find something on the internet that would be relevant to them and their business and to your business, and share it with them and say, hey, here's an article I thought you'd be interested in. Set that on your calendar every 2 weeks. Don't get lazy. Make it happen. Send it out every 2 weeks to those people. You've got your list of people now that you're sending it out to, and you're sending out, thought you'd like to see this article, or thought you'd be interested in this. So right away, you're providing value. You're providing a free service. You're not a threat to them. You're not selling anything. You're just basically providing information to help them look smarter in their operation and in front of their bosses, right? That's what's key all about this. You're building that relationship. In addition to the mailings, get on Twitter. If they have a Twitter account, make sure you follow them and engage with their tweets. When they're tweeting out there, don't make it obvious so that like every single tweet that they put out there that you're saying something or engaging with them. But wherever it's applicable, join and engage with them on Twitter as well. And lastly, what I do that also works, that kind of just closes everything up in a nice bow for me, box with a nice bow, is you send them a physical letter. You got that? Very few people do that these days. They take the easy way out. They use email and all this other stuff, and that's easier than writing a letter, not handwriting it, of course, typing it, on your letterhead, a non-threatening, non-salesy letter, just a regular letter. Hey, been thinking about you. Here are some things that I saw on the internet that I thought you'd be interested in. Send that out once per month. So you've got your weekly emails that go out, your biweekly emails that go out every 2 weeks, right? You're doing your Twitter engagement with those people, and you're sending out a physical letter to them directly in the mail. At this point, when an opportunity comes up, thanks, Rosella, for confirming that. That's a great idea. I appreciate that. But thanks. Once you're in their mind, when there's an opportunity for a request for a proposal on a project that's relevant to your business, or a product that you're selling that is relevant to them, and they have an interest in it, who do you think they're going to call? They're going to call you or contact you because you've been hitting them up, if you will, for the last 3 months. You've been tweeting with them, engaging with them. You've been sharing articles with no sales pitch whatsoever. You've been adding value all along and building up the relationship. Now, this doesn't happen overnight. I would say give it 2 or 3 or 4 months before you start really seeing that relationship. And next time you try to call that person, they'll take your call, right? And they'll give you the opportunity to bid on a piece of business. So it's a lot of work to do, but once you follow that model, you will reap the benefits and you'll be successful in getting through to people. And that's the new way of selling in 2015. So again, for those of you who don't know me, my name is DJ Valori. Thank you for joining the Periscope. I keep saying podcast. I don't know why, but it's a Periscope video. I do these 3 or 4 times a week. I am an entrepreneur, a proven entrepreneur. I built a company, multinational company, from zero to a hero, right? And I basically... are you mailing the letter to the home? No, you're not mailing the letter to their house. You're mailing it to their business, right? So they receive it at their office. It's a business letter from your business to their business, coming from you personally. So, and you sign it, and it's a handwritten signature. So it doesn't look like it's a form letter. It's right specific to them. So you definitely want to do that. So going back to resetting, who I am and why I'm actually worthy of your time. It is because I run and operate a multinational, multi-million-dollar digital marketing agency. We work with many different companies, mostly hotels and resorts, and we help them to maximize and be found on social media, on the internet, etc. But I'm not pitching that. I'm just trying to set the platform to why you should be listening to me and why I'm giving you these advice, right? So be patient. Again, it's going to take a few months before you start reaping the benefits. That's basically it. Any questions I can answer for you at this point? In the meantime, touch the number button there and share this with your friends if you think it's of value. Please follow me on Periscope so that at just DJ Valori. You can also follow me on Twitter as well at DJ Valori as well. What made me want to help others? Mark, great question. So the bottom line is, that's my personality, right? Is I like to help others, and I give a lot to charities, charitable contributions on behalf of the company. We do that, and personally as well. I have such experience in my mind, in my head, right, and things that I've achieved and mistakes that I've made that I wanted to share with others, in a no bullshit type of approach, right? So, like I said, I'm not writing a book or anything like that. I like to use the technology to create a brand for myself online. I do have a blog. It's through our website. It's mostly industry related, to the hotel industry, but it's lodginginteractive.com. So it's LODGING interactive.com, and we have a blog there as well. Hello from Montreal, Canada. Nikki, how are you? Where else are you guys from? I know we have New Jersey's in the house. We've got Montreal in the house. Where else is everybody from? Thanks for U7 for inviting 3 people. I appreciate that. And DE, Delaware. Mark's from Delaware. Italy, India. Oh, nice to see you in India. While we do most of our stuff here in the States, I've done some projects with folks in India. Florida, shooting this movie. Excellent. Hope you're having. I'm heading down to Miami Beach on Monday for a relationship call. We're going down meeting with a customer who's an existing customer already, but we want to get more business. So we're going down. We're getting on a plane. We're going to fly in, show us how important they are to us, and we're going to build that relationship and continue to build in a non-threatening, salesy type of way. So Miami Beach. What did you do before the lodging business? Good question, Fly Ladybug. So what I did before this, I've always been in the hospitality and travel business. I've worked for many hotel companies in sales and marketing for the last 30 years. Started working in New York City in the sales department for a Park Meridian Hotel, which is a luxury hotel in New York. But then prior to starting this company, I've had many entrepreneurial businesses. I had one called freeshipping.com, which I sold to investors. I had one, believe it or not, selling mustards online. Mustardstore.com was my first business venture. I sold that to a group of investors out of Chicago. They eventually went bankrupt. They didn't follow my model, but I've always had an entrepreneurial bug and interest. So, hey, Jay Renner Photo, thanks for joining us as well. So, are you still active in any? No, really. I focus really on this Lodging Interactive group that we have here, this company. There's just so much potential. It's a global company, and I put all my efforts into that at this point. But as any other entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur will tell you, they always have ideas brewing. Sometimes I can't get to sleep at night because I have so many ideas. And the people that work for me, they know, right? Rosella knows exactly what I'm talking about. I actually called her up today. Always be closing? Yeah, always great, but it gave you a chance to get where you are now. It did give me a chance, but let me just make a comment on that. Always be closing. Yeah, always be closing, but to an extent, right? Always be relationship building is much more of an accurate term these days. Yeah, you want to be closing, but those are the hard sell people who are always talking about making money and all this stuff, and a lot of bullshit, right? You want to build relationships first, then the closing will come naturally because you will be there with the relationship. And people again buy from people; they don't buy from companies, right? So you got to build that relationship. As far as the previous question. All the experience that I've had, as far as Twitter followers, I've got about 5,000. I'm approaching 5,000. Hopefully you follow me now, and I'll have almost 5,001, right? But the past experience, yes, definitely helps in starting a company and being an entrepreneur. Hello from Dubai. Nice to see you. Hello. Thanks for joining. So you always want to, when you're starting a company, right, and being entrepreneurial, you always have to obviously offer something of value to people, right? So when you're starting a company, come from expertise. You don't need, I talked about yesterday in another Periscope, you don't need a formal education. I did not go to college. I made it happen. I rolled up my sleeves, went to work, wore out a lot of soles on my shoes, and I'll have another story for you in future Periscopes about that and making sales calls in New York. But you have to provide knowledge or experience, right? You can't just say, hey, I'm going to be a business person and make millions of dollars. I'm 50 years old. I look good for 50? Yeah? Okay, good. Listen, you got to have something worth talking about, right, to build. Oh, thanks, Ladybug. I appreciate that. Enza, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you joining. So, in any event, I've taken up enough of your time. I actually have a 6 o'clock call I have to get ready for. It's about 10 of 6 right now. And then I'll be heading home. But I will definitely be on Periscope again later on this week. Love the Apple Watch. You noticed that? Yeah, love it. It's great for notifications and so forth. So I love that. But in any event, thank you for joining us. Again, please follow me on Periscope so that you can be up to date when I do these Periscopes. And have yourself a great evening, and we'll talk to you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.